What's up, everybody? My name is Tags, and I like to play the tower. Oh boy. I still can't say that with a straight face, but yeah, this is episode 12, and I'm just going to say it right now. We did not make a lot of progress. Barely any, and I'll say why in a second. Also, kind of switched up the range a little bit. Now I'm doing a custom range. Shout out to my boy Zevin, you know. This is 44.37 meters. I'm trying it out now. Now that I got the workshop orb adjuster, I'm giving that a try. I feel like this is better than 30 meters. It gives me a little bit more survivability. It may not be as good as 69.5, but the coin difference has been pretty good. And I guess I can go over that in a little bit with a program that I've been using to track my runs with. Shout out to my friend Dizzy with Project Rend. But yeah, I now do tier 14 full-time in the daytime. I'm still doing 13 overnight. As you can see here, I'm pushing to make 20 trill a minute. I'm just not there yet. What is that, 16.9? Yeah. I don't know. It's weird, you know? You make your first trillion a minute, you're like, okay, cool. And then you make 5 trill a minute, and then it's never enough. Now, here we go, 17.1 trill. Still not enough. I don't know. I want 20, and then I want 25, and so forth. But I guess in due time. But I will say, though, if I keep on building up this coin multiplier, that'll definitely help. Now it's at, what is that? 1606? I think last time it was like around like 1300, 1280. I forget. Nah, it had to be like 13 something. I don't know. So I've been working on that. But yeah, my main focus now has been masteries. That's it. Masteries. So I'm giving off the optical illusion that I'm not really doing anything. And I could see others, they're making their, like everyone else is making progress in a very good way. And it looks like I'm at a standstill. But that's only because I'm trying to get these labs done. Usually when I lab something, I like to get them all out the way instead of dabbling, like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So what I mean is, I'll show you right here. With the exception of this here, I guess that spoils that as well. But yeah, I'm trying to get all my masteries done. I had a 4th one up top as well going. But since I unlocked this lab, I feel like this is a really good lab that I want to get out the way. This battle condition reduction. This helps me for when I farm and for tournaments, obviously. So I want to get this as high level as I can. I could do level 5, but it may take a day or two. It may take like 2-3 days, like 2.5 days to come up with the coins. I think it's like 16Q, but I mean, obviously we got to get that done. And then Shatter Shards 5. I know everyone gems this when they get it, but I don't have the patience for that. Obviously, I'm not a high school teacher. I'm not doing that. Oh, well. So here we are. I think it says about 37 days for me at 4x speed. If I did 5x, it would be 30 days. But I'm having a little bit of an issue getting cells on the tournament days. But that's not a big deal in my opinion because I'm about to fix that issue really soon. Probably next week from the time of recording this video. And I'll go over that in a second. But yeah, so we're still doing the swirly. I think now with the orb adjuster, it's a lot better. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I forgot who said this, but this isn't even my final form. Hold on a second. Let's, oh, there we go. Whew. 9.27 trillion damage for now without the project funding.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, so, I think now, part of the mastery grind, I should finish my damage ones, which are damage and demon mode. And then along with one other that I recently got, if anyone saw my last YouTube short, then you already know where I'm going with that. But yeah, let's hop over to the stats real fast. I mean, you already know the drill. Now, in the intro, it said 245Q, and I can't help the fact that my coins keep going up so quickly. And I'm not going to redo it because all of the editing with that is super tedious. But yeah, I'm at 267Q now. About 72,000 stones. I know, yeah. 172 keys. You know, the key is to make it these days, you know? But, yeah. These are what my wave stats are looking like. I don't do tier 12 anymore. I don't see the point. I lasted 3.08 Q on tier 12. Tier 13 is my overnight tier now. I'm at the point now where I'm making over 5 Q on tier 13 for like an 8-hour and 10-minute run. I get up to wave 7700. But I think that was with the project funding assist mod, I think. But, yeah, tier 14, I got up to wave 5322. And I make around 4 Q a run. I topped out at 4.03 Q. I tried tier 15 a couple times. I kept dying at 2990-ish, and I was wondering why, and it was because of an overcharge. But I think I got to 3315, and I made 1.47 Q. This ain't too bad. I mean, this was like a 2-hour and some change run. I mean, making 1.47 Q in like 2 hours, I mean, that's not too bad if you ask me. But I'm not ready to farm it. I think the rule of thumb is if I could farm tier 14 to wave 5,500 to 6,000, then I should give tier 15 a try. But I do want to get my tier 15 milestone. I think I'm more than ready now to get the wave 4,500 milestone. Because if I could farm it to 3,300, I can definitely get to wave 4,500, especially now with some key additions in the lab that should not stop me at all from getting it. But yeah, in terms of modules, things look a little bit different here now. I got 3 modules to 161, which were my core, my generator, and my cannon. If you notice here, I unlocked assist mods for the generator and the core. I'm using the harness for the gen assist mod for the coins, and then for the core, I'm using Dimension Core for my assist mod. I think Dimension Core as your core assist mod, this is literally, in my opinion, probably one of the best damage boosts that you can get for 1,000 stones. When I got this, my runs extended by at least 700 to 1,000 waves on tier 13. Even on tier 14, I was doing tier 14 to like 4,200. Now I'm doing over wave 5k with this, and all because of the Dimension Core. Even at Epic, where it says here the shock multiplier will add up to a max stack of 5, and that's huge in my opinion. Obviously, I'm not really going to benefit off of any of these substats because I think for this one, the decimal ones, they round it down. If I get this to 1, then that would benefit me. Chrono field speed reduction is capped. So, I mean, what they need to do is
Stop the cap.
And then it would be great if I could go above 90%. And then, because this could be almost 92%. If I get this to 2%, that would be 92%. But one could dream, you know? I recently also got Legendary Spotlight Angle on this Dimension Core from Epic. And then if I get this to level 101, then I could use the Spotlight bonus in runs as well, which would be great. I'm working on it, though. Since it is the assist mod, at these very low levels, you forget how many shards it costs to upgrade it. And it's like every run, I'm able to put like 2 to 4 levels into this. And every time, it'll boost my ultimate weapon damage even more. Even though this one is additive, so this one, you would add this number and this number to get your damage. The only one that's multiplicative is the generator one. So like here, if I multiply this number by this, it comes out to like 1.8 something. And if you're wondering why this is only level 158 and this is 102, this is because according to the effective path sheet, this is the optimal assist level combination to give me the highest coin bonus in terms of my coin multiplier. If I were to max this out at 161, 162 and leave this at like 45, it would be a little bit less. So that's why I have it like this. And then eventually, if I get this to say like 105, 106, it may tell me to bring this up to 159 and then bring this back down to like 101 or like 100, depending on what it says. So these are my modules. I don't know what it is, And I don't know how everyone re-rolls their modules, but I have literally dumped over 300,000 reroll dice into this module, and I cannot get ancestral orbs to save my life. I mean, like, I don't know. If my home was on fire and I need to re-roll this effect, and they gave me 1,000,000 dice, I don't think I would get this substat. I don't know how other players are getting all their substats to ancestral. I don't know what they're doing, but I have the worst luck with reroll dice. And this is with my cash mastery and all being level 3 and all. And I literally get over 25,000 dice, like 25 to 30,000 reroll dice a run in like 5 hours. And I just been dumping it into this, and I cannot get it at all to save my life. It is interesting. Like, and then also pisses me off is this is my only 5-star module, and it's completely irrelevant because health is the last thing I need. And it's like, oh, well, you might think, oh, well, what about overcharge? It doesn't matter. Like, I wish I had a 5-star Astral Deliverance instead, or like a 5-star Black Hole Digester. That would benefit me so much more. So yeah, but this is 160 now. One more to 161. I'm getting the shards now. With the help of Recovery Package Mastery, it's been a lot easier to get shards. Here's my Black Hole Digester now. The last thing I unlocked was the cash bonus. Not doing much. I don't really need it. On my MVN, surprisingly enough, we got Legendary GT Duration back at the bottom. And I also got Death Wave Cooldown Ancestral. I don't know how, but I'll take it. This gave me 62 seconds MVN sync. And now my Golden Tower duration, I actually put a click into, so now it's at 63 seconds. So, like Jay Plays said, my Reverse Orb Devo is a lot more lucrative now, big word alert, when it comes to farming, because now my Golden Tower duration is 1 second above my MVN sync. Because my MVN sync is 62 seconds now, even though I still think that's very high. I should get it lower in the future, but I keep on focusing on other things instead of that. I don't know. The cooldown of my MVN has been like on the back burner for the longest time. I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point in terms of what I want to do it. Also, Dimension Core, this is what it's looking like right now. I think I showed this already. Nothing different here. I did roll this Mythic CF duration a while back because of the Battle Condition Ultimate Weapons duration. And I also put 3 more seconds in the workshop, so now my chrono field should be 70 seconds for a tournament. So now I'm hoping they bring in that Battle Condition, so I'll have the upper hand against everyone that doesn't and has to rely on Galaxy Compressor, which I'm not a fan of that. I know that if you don't have 70 seconds chrono field, they say to run Galaxy Compressor, but still, with a package chance of 81%, I don't trust that. Because all it takes is one time for it not to come through the package, and you're cooked. Anyways, moving on from that. In terms of the other stuff, so for the tournaments, I now use Omchip as my assist mod. This is what it looks like right now. It's not very impressive, but Spotlight Angle and Chain Lightning Chance, I activate those. I think if I start to increase my efficiencies more, those could be 1 to 2%. Now, from what I was told for this, for the triangle one, the multiplier is really good. My goal is to get this to 40% and then the substat to like 26%, because getting an extra 2% or so of ELS is really, really good. And then along with the other stats like the coins kill and the free ups and all that for BHD, etc. And then for the core, the substat efficiency should be the only one that you're doing. I did one click in the multiplier for shits and giggles, whatever. I'm not doing it again because 18 stones, this costs 18 stones too many, in my opinion. And the multiplier, this one, I think this one's where it's at. I got to get this to 40 and the substat efficiency for the core to 40%. In due time, of course, because they're starting to get more expensive now. But I think I might start using my tournament stones on these here and there, along with along with other stuff, which I'll go over in a second. But yeah, the only thing I'm missing here is Ancestral GT duration. That'll bring me to 68 seconds. I would love that, because right now it's only 63. I don't think 63 is enough, but it is what it is. Also, for ultimate weapons, the only changes here are, oh, if you notice here, all of my numbers are going up and down. You know, so Fudds, he hooked me up with a damage modifier, so every, like, 21 so like every 15 seconds, you know, the damage of my ultimates, it goes up by like 30%. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's so that is actually Super Tower Mastery. We finally got Super Tower Mastery. This was one of those this was one of those things that I talked about for so long that, like, I need to get it, and I kept putting it off. Why? Because I'm stupid, that's why. So I finally got it. And the reaction was the same when I got the Wave Accelerator Mastery. It was like, oh, wow, I should have got this a while ago. And that's how I felt when I got this. Because this Mastery, if you can afford the labs, this thing is busted, okay? Right now it's level 6. I'm taking this straight to max. The cost is no longer an issue because if you build up your econ, you could afford these labs, and the maximum price for the Mastery labs is, like, for me, it's like 9.3Q, which is fine. I know that seems very, very out of reach for some players, but if you build up your econ, from what I was told to get your GT Plus to at least level 8, and then you get into the ballpark of affording masteries, and then every level of GT Plus after that makes it easier to save up for those masteries. So yeah, I got Super Tower now. I should be doing the Super Tower bonus lab. It's only at 1.54 right now, but it is, I mean, I will eventually start doing that again. I should be doing it to boost this, but once again, like I was saying earlier, I'm not the brightest bulb, you know? I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, you know? I would rather do Shatter Shards and Battle Condition Reduction first. I feel like those weigh a lot heavier for now. Other than that, in terms of the cards, I don't really have anything new. I did get a 20th card slot in the vault, so that's why I'm putting in a Super Tower now. I was running Second Wind, which, by the way, I just maxed out the recharge lab for this, which is 400 waves. I think low-key this is a very, very good lab. If you run Second Wind when you farm, this is a very good lab. This is going to be the key to helping me get the tier 15 milestone. And the reason why I say that is because if I'm correct, every fleet enemy appears I think it's every 500 waves or so, or is it 750 waves? I forget. And so even if I die to an overcharge, the Second Wind should be ready by the time the next fleet enemy appears, thanks to the recharge lab. So I'm not too scared of fleets. I'm not going to be too afraid of fleets when I do tier 15, thanks to this. Other than that, I don't have any new masteries, but like I was saying earlier, my next plan now is to get Enemy Balance Mastery. This is on the table for sometime next week. I just got to get the stones for it. The reason why I want to get this is because it'll boost my econ, my cells, and also because if anyone's read the announcements, there is a new module coming out. I think it's called Amplifying Strike. I forget. Or as they're calling it on Reddit, AS now. And I think this card will synergize very well with the new module if you farm as like a hybrid or glass cannon, because later on in your farm runs, you're going to see more and more elites, and this will help you see more and more of those elites. So every time you kill an elite, you're going to get that 5 times damage boost. And if you have like mythic or ancestral, now who knows if it stacks to like extend that even more for that module. I mean, that would be really great. But I guess we'll have to wait and see, you know. Don't take my word for it. I'm just guessing. So yeah, this is what I plan on getting. I keep on hearing about another one. I keep on hearing about the coins mastery, and I mean, yeah, this is cool and all, but I don't think I'm ready to get this yet. I don't know. I kind of want to get extra orb mastery before coins, because I mean, every enemy hit by orbs, they drop like 4% more coins or whatever, like 1.04 times, and this is only going to go up from there with the lab. And so I don't know, maybe this might be better for tier 15 and 16 and above, but I don't know. With the orb adjuster now and doing a lower range, I'm thinking about doing this mastery eventually, but I got to finish the ones I have first, because I have like 8 others I have to get done first, and those are at the top of the priority list. So yeah, there goes the cards. Oh, what I was saying about ultimate weapons was the only additions here where now I have GT Plus level 10. Reason being is because while I am doing masteries, econ, having more econ will help me afford those masteries easier. And GT Plus at this point, every time I level up my GT Plus, my coins just shoot through the roof. Next month, I want to get GT 11 and then eventually 12. I know someone that has GT plus 12 and they make a boatload of coins. So I'm considering that eventually, because someone was saying that if you're looking to build a house, you got to have the foundation for it. You know, I'm not going to say who said that, but yeah. But I will say though, and it hits home from like 6 months ago or so, because like when I was saying to my friend Jay Plays that I wanted to go glass cannon, and the one thing he said to me was, you don't have an economic foundation to do that. So it's like, it goes back to like, you're trying to build a house, but you don't have the foundation. Like the roof's just going to collapse on you at any point, cuz, you know? So, yeah. So, I mean, I feel like where I'm at now, I have a solid econ for where I am now. Obviously, it could be better. And see, the thing is, I'm not doing just econ. I like to have a nice balance of damage and econ, because I want to do better in the tournaments and I want to unlock higher tiers, which I will get to right now. I forgot to mention this earlier. We unlocked tier 19 and 20. Tier 19, I got the wave 313. I just unlocked tier 20 yesterday or so. The key to unlocking tier 20, I made damage my first perk. But what really helped me out, whoever's going for this milestone, if you're looking to unlock tier 20, the perk that helped me out the most was I got enemy speed minus 44% as my first perk. And that's what helped me beat it. Because then, with a little bit of lucky RNG with the fleets, even if you die at wave 245, then you could just nuke the second fleet at 295, or even if you die at the fleet before that, or like by a boss at like wave 180, if you get an overcharge at 245, you would just nuke that and then just hope that you get a better fleet for 295 or use your missile barrage on it. Now, it's funny because I did this milestone a couple times, and then 2 times I died at 296 because I got a saboteur and it disabled my my chrono field. 290. Oh, 296. We skipped it, but what do we get? What's the fleet enemy? Oh, it's a saboteur. Uh-oh, what is it? Turned off the chrono field. Dude,
Oh my god.
I was like really pissed about that, but I got it. And then I got to wave 45 on tier 20. Tier 20 is rough. But I will say though, tier 20 is the new tier that I could use to farm reroll dice. Because all I got to do is go to wave 5, nuke the fleet, and then retry. And this is great because I could farm a bunch of reroll dice just to dump them all into my anti-Q portal to not get ancestral orbs. I'm calling it now, you know? That's just the way it is. But yeah, and then for the labs, I already showed this earlier. I'm doing battle condition reduction to 4, and then first 4 slots are going to be just masteries. I'm not doing anything else, really, unless it's another mastery. Like, one of them is going to be enemy balance mastery lab eventually when I get that. But once this is done, I'm probably going to slot in recovery package mastery or demon mode mastery. One of them. I got super tower going to level 7. I mean, we could just gem this. Psych. We got to save gems for the new module, obviously. I got damage mastery going to 6. I got wave excel going to level 9. Shout out to my friend 589. He was telling me wave excel is S tier. I kind of agree with that. There's about 19 days left with about 4x speed. This will be done in about 4 days and some change. I guess we'll say 5 days. I can't wait till this is done. Then I'll hit max spawn rate around 32 something. I don't know the exact numbers. And then Shatter Shards 5. I'm leaving this in there. Now, I guess you could say the way my labs are structured is I have a very long lab that stays in, and then the other 4 are like things I'm working on. Because like in the past, I did all my econ stuff. I did all my module stuff at once for the most part. And then I had a long lab at the bottom. I think like before this was like chronofield duration. I think when Shatter Shards 5 is done, I'll probably put lab speed back in. The reason why is because I think it's so worth it to wait 16 days to finish one level of lab speed so that all of my labs get done 20 minutes sooner, you know? And then wait another 16 days for another 20 minutes, you know? When the upgrade itself is like 15 days, you know? That 20 minutes makes a big difference, you know? Obviously, I'm just kidding, but I know that lab speed, it pays itself off over time. It's just that the diminishing returns is killing me on that. The ROI on that is so low. Even though I know you got to finish it, you know. Also, shout out to Sparn. He recently finished his, but I don't know. I feel like with my lab speed 78, and I have like 36% in lab speed relics, I feel like that's fine. All of my stuff, it's considerably short for the most part, so I'm not going to complain about that. But yeah, if we go here, this is my main focus. I'm not doing any other labs until these are done. Well, with the exception of cash mastery and free upgrades. This is going to stay a level 2. I don't need another level of this. I don't know what else I would lock right now. I really don't know. So this is fine. Cash mastery, I may put a level or 2 of this in the future. I mean, I should for the reroll dice, but it's not high on the priority list. My main goal was to get Wave Excel maxed and Intro Sprint. Intro Sprint just got the level 7. So we skip all the way to wave 1440, which is awesome. I want to take that to level 8 very soon. The cost is not an issue. What is it? 8.95Q. That's not a big deal now. That should be fine. And then Super Tower is going to max. I'm taking this straight to max. This will be like my damage lab that I go to max. So I guess the order of the priority would be Wave Excel, Intro Sprint, and then Super Tower. And then after that, it's basically a toss-up between recovery package and damage and demon mode. I just got my demon mode mastery to level 6, so I got a little bit of a damage boost. Obviously, I want to finish these, but one at a time. And by the time I get enemy balance mastery, I should have room to put it in somewhere, or I'll at least be doing intro sprint to level 8 by then, and then eventually I'll be able to do the max level for that. When these are done, I want to invest more into my workshop. I haven't really put much into my workshop because I'm busy like putting all the coins into these labs. So I'm giving off the illusion that I'm falling behind. But I will say this though, when tournament time comes, I could take all the coins out of these and put them into my workshop. For those of you that saw my last tournament stream, I think I had like 100 Q to work, like to play around with in the workshop. So I got to like jack up my damage and stuff really high, and my ELS. And thanks to battle condition reduction, I think I had like, with the reduction with the battle condition, I think I had like 8 to 9% health level skip, which is pretty good, as opposed to having like 1% or something like that because of the battle condition. But then once that's done, I'm guessing afterwards I could start doing a little more econ stuff like gold bot, duration, and then if I had to guess, let's see, if we go from the top to the bottom, the next stuff would be wall rebuild. I would like to max this. I did just max out wall invincibility. That's awesome. I needed that. I also need to do recovery package chance to max. There's like 5 levels left. It's a longer lab, but I got to get it done. Damage, I eventually got to finish. But first, I got to finish critical factor, which is right here. This is still level 86. I haven't touched this lab in a while because I've been doing mastery labs. Right now, it's 86. I eventually want to max this first. Super crit, I'm leaving this at 12, obviously. Golden bot cooldown is going to stay at 13 because of my sync with my MVN, so I can't really touch that. Gold bot duration, I could eventually do this. Auto pick, I might want to get another level or 2 into this. That would be good. Maybe. I guess we'll see. It'll help with the auto picks. Recharge nuke. I definitely want to finish this one. It would help like for like milestones and tournaments, maybe. The scatter amp lab, maybe another 2 levels into this, but I haven't really had issues with scatters. But I will say though, on the higher tiers, scatter ultimate might eventually be a problem. So maybe I might want to put a level or 2 into this to help combat that. Range, I don't think I'm touching. Shockwave size, I want to max out. I want to get this to 20 eventually for tournaments. Inner landmine rotation speed will be good to max out eventually. Sometime later on down the line. This lab here, module coin cost, I'm not going to do this yet because I don't really see a reason to. Everything is a reasonable price. I think once my modules get to like 170, like 180, I think then they start to cost like 1 Q for 1 upgrade, like for 1 level. So then maybe I might start doing this lab then. Since it seems like a retroactive lab, so maybe then, I don't know. We'll see. Fast enemy speed, this one's interesting. I don't know. I have 3 levels into it, but I was considering doing this at some time because it seems pretty quick at these levels. But I don't know. It's not really a rush, so I am not going to really focus on that. Band perks, I have 6 bands because tier 14 was screwing me over with perks, so I got a 6th band. I guess eventually I'll do a 7th band. I don't know. Lab coin discount, I'm leaving this at 29. I may do it to level 30. I just think that this lab, I don't know. I don't really see the point in doing it just yet. Maybe later on when I want to do the mod assist labs that are like 200 Q, then maybe I could do this lab. I don't know. Instead of doing this lab, I came up with a better idea. I think it's called make more coins. Yeah? No, I'm just kidding. That was a bad joke. I'm just kidding. But yeah, super tower bonus. This has to be maxed. And then eventually I want to do more core bands because I can never seem to get the substats that I need. So maybe another 2 core effect bands, maybe even a cannon band, I don't know. Also, ranged enemy range. This is an interesting lab as well. This one's really cool. I might put some more levels into this. This might help for like tournaments. So I'm considering this. I don't know, we'll see. Other than that, and then battle condition reduction, this is just going to level 4. I'm going to take it to 5 if I can. Oh wait, actually no, I'm going to stop at level 4 because yeah, this was 7.87Q. The next level is over 16Q. So this is going to stay like that. And then other than that, I don't really see anything else that I want to work on now that I'm scrolling through. The swamp labs, I feel like I'm not really ready for that yet. I would love to work on these, but not yet. I don't have a permanent poison swamp. I don't plan on doing that anytime soon. Honestly, I might honestly spend my stones to get Spotlight Plus before I get a permanent swamp. I don't know. Which one is cheaper? I don't know. But yeah, as I'm looking through, that's about all for the labs. So yeah, I'm going to let this run. And when this run... Oh, well, okay. So by the way, that was just an optical illusion. I don't actually make that many a minute. It was because I was in the menu for so long. So that doesn't count. I mean, while I would like to say, ooh, look at me, I'm making 50 trill a minute. No, that doesn't count. So yeah, I'm going to let this run go, and then we'll talk about the workshop and how I'm going with that. I did not run. There is a tournament today. I did not do my run yet. At the time of this recording, I'll probably be doing that in about another hour or 2. I might collab with another YouTube player. I guess stay tuned for that. But yeah, I'm going to let this run out, and then afterwards, we will go over the workshop and other stuff there. Okay, now that I'm finally out of a run, I think after I was recording, I was busy, and then yesterday I had to do the tournament, and then I ended up doing a milestone run. So a couple of things have changed since the last time I was recording. First off, I just want to say that now it looks like I made another 30Q or so, 277Q. And also, if you notice here, tier 15 looks a little bit different. I just got my tier 15 milestone. I streamed it, so I'll put the link in the description for that, just to show that right here, all the way at the top, tier 15 Celestial. This relic here offers 10% critical factor bonus, which is going to help me a lot. I think this, honestly, it gave me, I think I went from 190 to 203 critical factor, something like that. I think I had like 191 or 190, and that gave me another so that boosts me over 200 now when I farm. When I was doing my tournament run, my critical was like 201, but that was with a respec and all. But now without a respec, now it's 203, which is awesome. Also, I guess now would be a good time to show what I was saying earlier about my progression with a program that I've been using. So we're going to switch over to this little thing here. This is what I call Project Rend. My friend Dizzy has been producing this and making it. I wish I could make it bigger on the screen, but I'm sorry, I can't. Maybe if I don't know, maybe if I make it bigger, smaller, like that, I guess. I'm not sure, but that's about the best I could do with that. Like that, I guess. But yeah, this is a program that I've been using to track my runs with, and as you can see here, when you first open it, also peep the New Orleans Saints colors I got going on. I made a custom theme. I think the original theme color is like a purple and black theme for this. But yeah, so basically when you first open it up, you get a dashboard of your stats. So here, like it says, like for the past week, I earned about 73Q roughly. I don't log all of my runs per se, There may be like a run or two that I don't add if I died early or something. Or like if my game it crashed because so like if my game it crashed and I went back in and I died at like wave 2500, I didn't add that in. So maybe this should be lower. This average and all that. So it says here average I earn about 14 point Q daily. I think it's a little bit more than that now. I don't know. I guess that's about it. Daily sells about 844k a day. Once I get enemy balance mastery, this will go up. This should be over 1 million eventually. Average time per day, 17 hours and 45 minutes. What does this mean in plain English? I guess this means I don't have a life. Just kidding. I don't know what that means. Here it has like a tournament thing here. If you add, you could add in your runs for tournaments. So I added in my last few. In terms of the date, the league, the rank I finished in, and the wave. And if I click here, it gives you a bigger breakdown of it, but I only input the wave and the tier, so there's not really anything to see there. And then here, it shows you the stone income that I earned for the placements that I did for the tournament. So as you can see here, I've been steadily getting between 8th and 10th place, so that's anywhere between 300 and 325 stones in Legends League. So on average, I earn about 745 stones a week. So in other words, what does that mean? If I ever wanted to max out my GT Plus, that would take about, I don't know, about 6 weeks, give or take. Maybe a little less, maybe 5. I don't know. The math ain't mathin'. Equip cards, I gotta fix this. There's a section for relics. You have to manually input these. Now, I might be missing some stuff here, but this is basically what it says. And then player stats and all. This stuff may not be 100% accurate, but there is a section that says best performance by tier. And it'll tell you what, like, the best you did for every tier. So, like here, for tier 15, I only did 3 runs, and the best I did was 1.47 Q at wave 3315. I'll get to the breakdown of that in a second. Tier 14, I logged in 41 runs, and my best was 4.03 Q in 5322 waves. Tier 13, which is my overnight tier now, I logged in 33 runs. I got up to wave 7780, and I made up to 5.2 Q in 1 run. Tier 12, I made up to 3.08 Q and got up to wave 8477. I don't do tier 12 anymore because I think it's too long now of a tier to do, even though it's like way over 8 hours now. So with intro sprint and all, I just don't think it's that good when tier 13 makes way more coins than 12. So if we look here on the left, there are some other things here. I'm not going to get into them 100%. But there are, I'm going to go straight over to the farming section. So here it gives you a breakdown in a graph of all your runs that you logged. Now for me, the lighter yellow, it represents the cells. And the darker yellow up top, that represents the coins that I earned. Basically, well, in terms of per hour. As you can see here, I got my lifetime up top. And then, actually, I need to update that, of course. Let's just say this. Make sure that's accurate. Yeah, weekly run rate, 128.11 Q. My average coins per hour now is about 616 trillion. I average about 33k cells an hour. I should be getting a lot more than that, but obviously because I run BHD, I don't make as much. Oh well, I'm going to fix that soon once I get enemy balance mastery. So these, as you can see here, there's dates at the bottom when I logged my runs, dating back to July 10th. So when I switched to glass cannon, I think it was somewhere around here. I think it was around here, August 5th or August the 4th, I believe. This was like one of the first runs I did as a glass cannon, and as you can see, it wasn't really that good. Tier 14, I only went to wave 3090. It was a 3 hour and 40 minute run. believe my intro sprint was a lot lower than it is now. I died to a boss. And as you can see, the cells per hour was only 19K. Fast forward to now, these are in the last week. So if we go back to the 7th, here on tier 14, this was on the 7th. So about a week ago, this was a 4,600 wave run for about 2.21 Q coins, 482 trillion coins per hour. Cells per hour is 34.3K. Says here I died to a boss. And I put some notes here because this is when I started running assist mods. So I made a note to just to jot down what I was running, because sometimes I switch up the assist mod on the triangle one. So here it says I'm running the harness and dimension core AS mod. Sometimes I put in the project funding instead. I think if I want more cells, I could put in the project funding assist mod and go further in my runs for more cells, especially for tier 14. I think now if I did that, I would probably get to past 5,500. I don't know. We'll see. And then here, so these peaks here were all from tier 14. As you can see here, this peak here was tier 14. I got to wave 5224. I earned about 4Q coins. I earned 215,000 cells. And I peaked at 762.5 trillion coins per hour with 40,000 cells per hour. And it says here the duration, this is only a 5-hour and 17-minute run. Tier 14, once I max out intro sprint, I'm guessing my run should be anywhere between 4.5 to 5 hours at best, maybe 4 hours once intro sprint's maxed out. I don't know. I'm talking about intro sprint mastery, by the way. And then these dips here are from tier 13. So if you notice here, this dip here, that's tier 13, you could just look at the coins per hour difference from 13 to 14. So 14 says 762, and then 13 says 628. Now you might be thinking, okay, this might be a fluke. Okay, now here's another tier 14. This one, I accidentally maxed out my range. I think I was at work, and I was controlling the game through OS Link, and I think I clicked the wrong thing by accident. I think I was looking to click on, I think it was the shockwave size or something, I forget, and I clicked on range by accident, and I maxed it out at 70 meters. Oh well. And so this run went a little bit lower than the last. That's why the coins per hour is a little lower. And then you can see this dip here. Actually, you know what? I can explain this dip. So this dip here, I wanted to try something different before I went to bed. So what I did was, instead of using BHD as the primary, aka the black hole digester, I equipped my Mythic Plus Galaxy compressor as the primary, and I made my black hole digester the assist mod, because now I have a permanent black hole with it. I figured, okay, maybe this would do better. And it turns out I made way less than I do usually on tier 13, because this was an 8-hour run and I only made 3.48 Q coins. Yeah, the cells were decent. Yeah, the cells were better, but I missed out on so many coins. And no, G-Comp is not a scam. Only for me it is, because it makes me less coins. If you're running G-Comp, there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. It's just not set up for, it's just not for me at the moment. Maybe when I get into Ancestral, it might do better for me. But as of right now, no, I don't think so. So what I mean is, this was 3.48 on tier 13. If I go to another tier 13 run, here it is, compared to this one with BHD, it only went 15 minutes longer than the other run, but I made 5.2 Q coins, and the cells were around the same thing, 254K. So it's like, is it really worth it running the Galaxy compressor? And you would think it would make more cells running G-Comp, but right there, I don't know. So it is what it is. But yeah, this is a breakdown of this. I've seen others graphs for this, and they like in the beginning it would be real low and then you see a spike around here somewhere, but for mine it's just a steady increase, you know, like the Apple stock in a way. But yeah, and then there's other things here like the workshop and the modules. You could always set all this up as you want here and so forth. But yeah, the only thing I don't like is I have to manually update these all the time. These are not accurate. I gotta update these. So what you see here, I would have to check in game and just update everything. So there's also a section for the labs. This is not up to date as well, because reason being is because I update my stuff in the effective path sheet for the lab, so it reflects onto the other sheets. So this I don't really like pay attention to. It's mostly just the dashboard and the farming. Oh, so yeah, if you go down here, there's a run history section, and then here there is a average of the last 10 runs per tier. So as you can see here, last 10 runs on tier 14, I made about 3.2Q, about 37k cells per hour, about 186k cells on average. And then here, this is a experimental feature, believe it or not. It says a recommended farming tier. I don't know how it comes up with this. I guess you could mess around with these settings or whatever. But it says here it recommends me doing tier 13, which is pretty interesting because I think tier 14 is better in terms of coins and cells per hour. It's telling me to do tier 13 because on average I earn about a half a Q an hour. In other words, 4.19 Q coins, 29.9k cells per hour. I guess unlike the developers, I'll round this off to 30, you know, whatever, and then 240k cells per hour. But yeah, so that's that. And now let's go back to the game. And yeah, so right here now, my workshop is all the same, basically. Except now I leave my range at 0 because I set it to 44.37, or if I want to use minimum range. Now, if you're wondering why it says 30.6, it's because I set the range to level 1 in the lab, and I set it to 27 in game. Why? Why, you may ask? I don't know. My good friend Zevin, he uses this, and it works very well for him. And I guess that's coming from someone that has over 2 big Q lifetime coins. So I'm not going to question them in any way right now. The only difference here is I maxed out my super crit multi in the workshop. The last 20 levels was only like 120 trillion or so. No, I think it was like 700 trillion, and I figured why not drop in the bucket. And then here, health level skip is now 410 and attack level skip is 400. I lock it with free upgrade grades, and then I manually max it out with intro sprint, because I want to get my health level skip maxed out first as soon as I can. The attack level skip, it doesn't really matter as much. It's just an extra layer of defense against the fleets, like overcharge and stuff. But yeah, and then health, I put 5,500 into the health and the regen because of overcharge. And if you go here to my enhancements, my damage now is 1.81. I know that I said that I shouldn't, I guess I shouldn't really be putting anything into the workshop. But because I've been getting a surplus of coins until my next mastery lab is done, I would drop like one upgrade here and there for like a half a Q or 1 Q. Just to get things up. So I got these up to 81. Attack speed is 1.2. I think I had it at 1.22 in the past. I don't think it's really necessary, so 1.2 is fine. Health, I have 1.7 for both the health and the wall health for overcharge. Regen, I don't think the regen really matters as much, so I lowered it to 1.6 from like 1.65, 1.7. And now orb size is 1.4. Oh, by the way, after I went on a rant about complaining about that orbs substat, what do you know?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Ask and you shall receive. I got ancestral orbs, finally. I don't know. And then in return, I also got a mythic wall rebuild, which is going to be huge for tournaments. And for shits and giggles, I got a 2% defense substat, I guess to further protect against overcharge. I think I want to try and get a higher one, but no. I think what I need to get here is Death Defy, obviously. And then I guess I could use defense percent, because I'm literally so close to getting level 161. So I guess the last two substats I'm going to be looking for are defense percent and Death Defy. Obviously Death Defy first, and then the wall rebuild should be ancestral as well, obviously. So yeah. And yeah. And then for here, the cash bonus is 64. I got my coin bonus up to 1.48. I've been doing like one level here and there when I had, because like if I had like 9 to 10 Q coins and my next mastery like wasn't done for another day or so, like another day, I would put like one level into the coin bonus and maybe the cells kill bonus, which is now at 43. Free ups is now 20. I think I had this at 21. I don't know. I don't think it really matters that much whether this is 20 or 21. I think 20 is fine. Well, obviously for the Black Hole Digester, the higher the better for free upgrades, but I don't think going too high on this is really a rush, honestly. I think this year, enemy level skip plus. Now, I should start putting some levels into this. If I have like a huge surplus of coins at the end of a run, like if I have like 10 to 12 Q, I'll probably dump a level into here and there. And then I want to get this up to like 1.20, I think. Yeah, that would be cool. Other than that, in terms of ultimate weapons, here's the things that have changed here. I don't think I did this last time. I made a ballsy play and put another click into chain lightning damage. I don't think this was the best idea because of the stone amount. I think it was like 400 something stones. I don't think this was smart of me, but whatever. I'm stuck with it now. I guess I don't know, later on this will help if I start like putting more like clicks into this. I think if I start doing tier 15, then it'll be okay to get the damage up a little bit more, maybe to like I don't know, 2600. But it's not a rush, obviously. The quantity and the chance are maxed, of course. Other than that, I did one click into Death Wave cooldown. Now it's at 90 seconds. I don't know if I said it before when I got it to 100, but now it's at 90 seconds. There's a mythic substat on that lowers it by 13 seconds. So that's why it says 1 minute 17. Chrono Field, I put 3 clicks into the duration. And here's why. All right? Hear me out. Okay? Guys, hear me out. Recently, I rolled a mythic Chrono Field duration substat on my Dim Core for tournaments, on my Dimension Core. This gives me 7 seconds of Chrono Field duration. Now, I could have tried to roll Ancestral, but who knows how long that's going to take. I don't know how long that's going to take. So what I did was, it wasn't that bad. I put 3 clicks in. Now, eventually, I should get this to 70 seconds, but I feel like that's like end game. So I'm not doing that for a long time. So now 3 plus 7 is 10. So when my Dimension Core is equipped, this becomes 70 seconds. So if there is ever ultimate weapon duration in tournaments, I'm prepared. And I hope that others get it too. I mean, I hope that I get it now because I'll be at a huge advantage. Even though I hate that battle condition, but whatever. We're ready now, at least. Other than that, GT Plus is level 10 now, like I was saying earlier. GT Plus is level 10. So that's good. Poison Swamp, I put a little bit in here. Cooldown now is 1 minute and 45. Duration is 50. Okay. Now, when it comes to Poison Swamp, I know that going for a permanent Poison Swamp is good, but I feel like that's more late game. Honestly, if I had to do anything with my ultimate weapons with stones, I think getting Spotlight Plus first is better than going for a permanent Poison Swamp, because a permanent swamp is only going to be good for tournaments whereas Spotlight Plus would be better for the farming and the tournaments in a way. And if I scroll down here, my Spotlight angle now is 66 degrees with substat. My goal is to get it to 70 degrees. When I get it to 70, I'm going to go for light range for Spotlight Plus. And the cool thing about Spotlight Plus is that if anyone saw the recent video by Greeny about Ultimate Weapon pluses, I think it was recently, you only have to get this to like level 3, realistically. And then after that, the return on investment, it drops off big time. But like level 3 is more than plenty for this. And then once you get this, damage per meter is going to matter, obviously. So if I do ever get Spotlight Plus, I'm going to need to get a card slot for the range card. And what I mean is, because I'm going to need the range mastery if I ever get Spotlight Plus, because if you read here, the range mastery adds a multiplier on damage per meter. So here it says it increases the card, it increases the multiplier on damage per meter, and Spotlight Plus thrives off of damage per meter. That's when damage per meter becomes relevant, when you get Spotlight Plus. Before that, damage per meter is about as useless as defense absolute in a way. I could just hear everyone yelling at me in the comments now, but I'm just saying, like, damage per meter is very minimal before you get Spotlight Plus. So I wouldn't spend time labbing it until you're honestly ready to get Spotlight Plus, or if you already got Spotlight Plus. But if you're about to get it, you should begin to lab damage per meter just to get a good head start on it if you get Spotlight Plus. But I don't see myself getting it anytime soon. I still need 4 more clicks into angle, and I don't know when I'm going to be doing that, because I also want to invest stones in something else, like my mod assist, which I'll get to in a second. Oh, also, for the Golden Tower, my duration now is 61 seconds without substat. I have a legendary substat equipped, so now it's 63 seconds. But without it, it's 61. And this is huge because my MVN right now is at 62 seconds. And so with this 1 second of duration, now it gets rid of that drift, so that's awesome. So yeah, there's the workshop. And Black Hole, I got duration to 32 seconds. I don't remember when I got this, but I know I did 1 click into the duration. I think I might eventually want to do another click into this. Not anytime soon, though. And the Black Hole size is fine. I don't have to touch this for a while, although eventually I should max this out so that farming will be much better. And then if we go over to the tournaments here, this is how I've been doing in tournaments. So my last run was yesterday. I did a co-stream with JP978. I had a blast. I hope we do more of those. That was a lot of fun. And so this is what it's looking like. I'm getting anywhere between, for the month of September, I'm getting anywhere between 900 to 1,000 waves of legends now. With the help of the battle condition reduction lab, that's also been making my runs a little bit better as well. I hope to break 1,100 waves soon. I think I need a little bit more damage to do that. So I guess doing a little bit more of the damage labs. But unlocking that relic for critical factor will definitely help for sure with that. But yeah, as you can see here, you start to notice a trend where I'm getting anywhere between 700 to 1,000 waves, but every time I'm finishing anywhere between 8th and 10th place. Here I finished 11th. This was a very bad performance, but besides that, I'm finishing anywhere between 8th and 10th. So I'm finishing top 10 now consistently, but I want to start finishing top 5, but I'm going to need a lot more damage for that, because these keys are hard to come by, and there's a lot of things I want to unlock with keys. So if we go to the vault real quick, if you notice here, if you saw my intro, Yes, I did get the Workshop Orb Adjuster. I love this thing. I'm glad I got this before auto restart. But what that means is now that I got the Orb Adjuster, this is next. So the last tournament just finished. I have 15 keys, so I only need another 5 for the auto restart. So if things go right with the next tournament, I should be able to unlock auto restart. And then once I get this, my goal is to get the smart demon mode automation. I could get this now, but I'd rather not. No, I'd rather not. I'll wait. Because I think auto restart is a total game changer. Maybe after I get those, I could consider getting the damage limiter. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this thing. It would definitely help with damage, because then I could just max out my damage in the workshop and just like set it to like negative 13 in game, so that I don't have to like micromanage the damage. But I think what I might do is after I get those, I think honestly another card slot is needed. I'm gonna go for the card slots. So the card slot here, and then maybe the card slot here, or I could also go for the respec discount number 3 so that they're free, because I want to get the presets eventually. These presets would be great. I would love to have these presets, because then I could just switch between the farming and the tournament setup in like one click, and then I don't have to respec every time. So yeah, we'll see. Other than that, with the guild, this is how our guild is looking. Oh, by the way, they updated the player profiles, so now it shows your highest tier above 18. So right here it says tier 20, wave 45. And yeah, this is how my fetch is looking. I'm still investing in it. Cooldown 81, find chance 39, double find is 11. I put a little bit into bounty, but is this really worth? I don't know. I want to try and sync this up with my remaining bits. I want to try and sync, I guess get this to like 62 seconds or as low as I can to see how it does. I don't know. I don't think it's going to do good though. And then for the Guardian skin, I still like Finn the best. I just got the, I don't know how to pronounce that. Zeep. I don't know, dude. Somebody correct me in the comments. I don't know. But I'm just sticking with Finn for now. And then for the store, I have all of these already. Next is to get this Guardian skin. And then eventually, I want to get this Brave Heroes relic. I really want to get... I don't know. I might get this next, honestly. I know Econ, but I don't know. This would really help with my glass cannon farming. Okay, now, what do I want to do in the future? Okay, so, oh, by the way, real quick, my mod assist, this is what it's looking like now for my assist mods. 22% and 13. But yeah, what I want to do in the future, first, I want to re-roll my anti-cube to get Deathify and then get it to 161, so I can get, I guess I'll put defense percent here. Eventually, so right now, if you look at my gems, I'm saving up for the new module. I'm going to try and pull that and use it as the primary, get it to Ancestral maybe. Who knows? I don't think I'm going to be getting the Cannon Assist mod anytime soon. I don't know. Probably not. I think the armor would be better so that I could run like the anti-cube and maybe the negative mass projector as well. I think this would be really cool for like fleet enemies. I think like especially against like overcharge and stuff, I think this would be really good to have. I don't know. And then if I make this an assist mod, I could get more orb speed and then get the orbs substat, and then if that ever becomes +1, that'll be 1 extra orb that I have surrounding my tower. Other than that, in terms of the labs, I want to finish my masteries, and then I want to get enemy balance mastery. So that is in the woodworks. I want to get this eventually. I got to get more stones, obviously. So not anytime soon, but I am aiming for that. I still am looking for a Mythic Galaxy compressor. I need 3 more still, I believe. I did get a death penalty the other day, so now I need 1 more to get that to Ancestral. Also, being Annihilator, I have this here, but I don't farm with this because the substats are not 100% the best, and it's only a 0-star, whereas my Astral Deliverance is now 4 stars. So it just doesn't make any sense for me to run that over this when this is 4-star. So yeah. Other than that, yeah, I want to get a card slot so that I could put in Second Wind, and then I would need another slot to put in range eventually if I ever get Spotlight Plus. So that would be another thing. But obviously then my Spotlight Angle, I would have to get that to 70. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll get to 68. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, that's that. And then along with that, once the Shatter Shards lab is finished, level 5, this is like, I guess, this ain't going to get done till next month. It is what it is. Once this is done, I'm probably going to put in another long lab, like lab speed, or I don't know, something that I need, like wall rebuild, or maybe ranged enemy range, or something like that, or something that I need. I don't know, because by the time this is done, these masteries should be close to maxed out. Like right now, Super Tower Mastery is, it'll be done in about, I don't know, 12 hours, a little over 12 hours. So yeah, there's that. And then, oh yeah, Battle Condition Reduction level 4. This should be done in in 2 days roughly. I'm just gonna let this run. I'm not gonna rush this lab at all. And then yeah. Other than that, I can't really think of anything else at the moment. I'm pretty sure as soon as I stop this, I'm going to think of other things. But yeah, that should sum it up for right now. And yeah, hopefully next time I should have, I don't know, who knows, next time I think I'm on page. Oh, by the way, yeah. Oh, so that's another thing too. GT Plus, I'm probably want to get this to 11 next month, and then eventually to level 12. Eventually I do want to max this out. I think this definitely is worth maxing out for Econ. So I guess we'll see. Because if I'm already making about 20 trill a minute with level 10, I feel like level 11 would give me like 30 at least. Maybe 35. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Oh, and then Chrono Loop. Chrono Loop, I do want to get to level 6 or 7 eventually, but that stone cost is pretty hefty. I just feel like there's better ways to spend my stones than dumping it into Chrono Loop. Death Wave, if I ever want to get it down to like another click, I would need to now, because my gold bot cooldown is maxed out. If you go here, because the cooldown is maxed out, I can't put any more clicks in to lower the cooldown. So now I would have to do 4 levels in the lab to sync it back up with my MVN, which would, and then in the meantime, before, when it's out of sync, it's going to mess up my coins. And then here I'm saving these medals for the next event, so when the next event comes out, I could get the 2 themes. Assuming it's a new event, I could get the 2 themes right away, and then I could work on, I guess, the bonus. I'll do another click into the Golden Bot bonus. I don't know. I hope it's a rerun. The only event I don't have the themes for is the Aurora event. That, the last time they did that was at least like over a year ago. So I hope they do that one again. Claim that gem. But yeah, that should be all for right now. I can't really think of anything else at the moment. Obviously, I think we're on a great pace ahead. And yeah, I am excited to see how far I'm going to get in the future now, given that I think progression so far has been pretty good. And yeah, so I guess we'll see. Oh yeah, and I don't know if I mentioned the whole, like, the tier 18 and the 20, but yeah, that's that. But yeah, thank you guys, and I will see you all next time.